Yes, we are live. Happy hump day. Happy Wednesday. Hey, I am so glad to be here with you again this week. Every week, it's my favorite day of the week. Who here is ready for the holiday weekend here in the US? For my friends that are abroad, here in the US, we have Labor Day weekend, holiday weekend coming up. So everybody gets an extra day of fun. And it's kind of marks the end of summer and back to school, which means for those of us who are in business, after those Labor Day sales are over, right? We're wrapping up those promotions and we're already getting ready. If we haven't already, we're planning our promotional calendar and our marketing plan and our big holiday season of selling is on its way. So we're already in the works and gearing up for that. And I really want you to be prepared for that. So part of what I'm talking about today is going to help you with that. Over the last few weeks, we've been covering really a lot of sales psychology and marketing strategies that are outward focused, meaning they've been about our customers and our audience and what we are saying to them and what our messaging is. So, more of the outward. I want to switch the focus. And today we're pulling it in, we're pulling it into our inner business game. This is the part of our business that no one sees, right? Because it's what's happening behind the scenes. And even more than that, behind the scenes, it's really what's happening in here, inside of us. And this can be a very huge part of our success or failure, depending on how we handle that. And it can be easily overlooked. It's something that just naturally gets ignored when we're grinding away in our business, right? With our posting and our creating and our adminning and all the things that we do as entrepreneurs, all the hats that we wear. Sometimes the inner game gets lost. And so that's what we're focusing on today as we're getting ready for that big fourth quarter hot holiday selling season of the year. I want to make sure that nothing is holding you back, so that you can have a fantastic selling season. And so I want to provide you with some training. That's going to make a difference there. So today, here at Mega Selling Artists Live, I am going to give you two self doubt blockbusters. I always talk about how, we are climbers, mountain climbers, heading to the summit. We've got our backpacks on. That's what we have, our gear that we carry, that all the necessities that we need to help us get us up the mountain to our goal, the summit. And along the trail, we hit all kinds of trail blockers. Self doubt is one of those big trail blockers. So I want to give you two tools that you can use to really kick that self doubt habit. And I say it's a habit, and you might be wondering what that's about. That's a whole nother training that we can talk about. But I want you to make sure that you activate the power of belief within you, because that is going to help you align your mindset and your subconscious with the universal laws and the big power of the universe, so that you're working with it instead of against it, right? When we're going against the flow, it's much more difficult than if we can use universal laws to help us along. So, all that said, it's really about helping you sell more art so that you have the success that you deserve. Oh my word, you know by now how much I want you to succeed. It's one of the things I want most out of everything I do here. Who am I? I'm Shauna St. James. I am the founder of Mega Selling Artists. I'm a professional artist and neuromarketing and mindset expert. I've got over 30 years combined experience in sales and psychology. And so I use all that. I tap into all that to help artists all over the world really create the businesses that they love by giving them the tools and skills that they need to do that, right? Your mindset is a tool and a skill, along with all the different sales psychology things that we need to be able to know to communicate with our customers so we can close those deals. All right, let's jump right in. How do you know if you are dealing with a self-doubt trail blocker? How do you really know? So let me know if any of these sound familiar to you. I made a list here, so I'll kind of go through a few. You will probably have some of your own, but I want you to have some ideas of where self-doubt can creep in and pop up. And this is how it shows up, right? So you do a live video, you've got your social media going and you do a live video and no one shows up. No one shows up, and then later you go back and you don't really see that anyone's watched your videos, or you make an offer and nobody, right? You put your piece of art out there and how much it is and nobody even comments. There's no engagement whatsoever. Nobody says, I'll take it. Nobody even says, I'll love it. That's harsh when that happens. It's happened to all of us, though. Trust me, it's happened to all of us. You're not the only one. Or here's another one. Someone says they love it. Oh my gosh, I love that piece. How much is it? And you give them that price and they ghost you. They just disappear off the face of the earth. They don't respond to anything, or they tell you, yeah, that's way too much. Are you crazy? I wouldn't, they start making you feel bad about your prices, or they just flat out tell you, yeah, no, I'd never have the money for that. Those are the kinds of things that can really start hitting us in the self-doubt department, right? You're trying to pinpoint exactly what's going wrong and why you aren't making the sale and what exactly is the problem. When you're thinking that way, when you're trying to figure out the problem, it is really common. It is totally natural. It's natural because our brains are naturally wired to go to negative, to always be on the lookout for the problem, for what's going wrong. It's really normal for us to start questioning everything. And that's how self-doubt can become a major trail blocker, right? Instead of analyzing it objectively and just going in and looking at our neuromarketing that we're using, what's missing, sales psychology, what we're missing, what isn't in our formula, our sales system. Instead of doing that, we start questioning everything. Which, by the way, if you are questioning your neuromarketing or sales psychology system or strategy and you're not sure you have that right, that is what I do. That is my favorite thing. Of course, that, hey, Carolyn, good to see you. That is what I do. So, with that said, here are some things that maybe you might be questioning if you are dealing with self-doubt. First, most common one is maybe my prices are too high. Maybe my prices are, maybe there's not really anyone out there who wants to buy my work. Maybe what I'm creating isn't right. And then you start jumping around, you start trying to paint and create and do all these different things, trying to fit into a box that you think your audience wants you to fit in, or your customers, what your customers will buy. And it messes with your whole creative flow when you start doing that. And then you start questioning other things like, well, maybe my art isn't really good enough to sell. And it can go on and on. Like, who am I to think that I could actually do this? That was mine. I still think that sometimes. Who am I to actually think I could ever do this? And of course, you start going even deeper. Well, it was a crazy pipe dream. Everyone else was right when they kind of got quiet when you told them you were going to go into the art business. And if they didn't say anything negative, they just went, like, okay, live in your little la la fantasy land, right? Those kinds of feelings. And so those start coming up. You start remembering and recalling all those reactions and conversations, and you start doubting your business choices as a business person. You're like, am I qualified to do this? You start doubting all the choices you make. Maybe I need a better website. Maybe I need better sales skills. Maybe I need more social media presence. I got to work harder. You get the idea. So much self-doubt. What does this do? What does this do to us? That's what we're going to talk about next. But let me ask you, when you are experiencing these kinds of self-doubt, or you're not making the sales, you're not getting the return on your investment of time and everything else, what are some self-doubt trail blockers that come up for you? You got a mouthful there. What are your self-doubt trail blockers? I'd love it if you'd share them. And I get it if they're really super sensitive and private. You don't have to, but the more we express them and the more we get them out and we put them out there, the easier it is for us to resolve them. The easier it is for us to get around that trail block and or move through it, bust through it. So if you are experiencing that, I'm going to encourage you to put those out there. All right. So you're feeling scattered, you've got the self-doubt going, you're really not focused and getting much done at this point because your brain's kind of in a tailspin, and it's keeping you from making it to the summit, whatever that summit is for you. Usually our summit isn't just about selling more art or making more money. That's the result of the summit when we get there, but the big why behind it is really the important part, right? That ultimate goal that we want of selling more art and making more money is usually more deep than that. It's validating ourselves as an artist, right? Or making us see the physical impact, that positive impact that we get to have on the world. We see evidence of that through how we change people's lives. Those are the things that we're really about when it comes to that summit, the dream that we want to live, the dream of having the freedom to manage our own time, to choose what we want to do when we want to do it, to be able to make the amount of money that you want so that you can thrive, not just survive. We've heard that phrase. So you can keep doing what you love. So you can make a living from doing what you love. Those are the dreams we have. We want to have perfect customers that absolutely are loyal to us and support us and buy our art. We want to have customers that are calling us to get on our commissions list. They already know right now that they're going to get a Christmas gift from you, and they're calling you to get on your calendar to make sure that gift is ready in time for the holiday gift giving, right? And selling your work at the price that it's really worth, not undervaluing yourself in the market. Those are the kinds of dreams that we have, and those are the kinds of dreams that we deserve to fulfill. You really do deserve it. So artists and makers who really want to have that profitable business that bring in the revenue, if that's you, are you one of those artists who really wants to have all of those things that I just talked about? Say me. I want to see a me in the chat. I'm telling you, a lot of those were mine, and a lot of those are all the other artists that I talk to across the world. We all have that in common. We have a gift. We want to share the gift, and we want to make an impact with that gift. And we want to be able to that to be sustainable, which means we need to be able to make money in our business. So we cannot have any self-doubt in the way. You want to know without a doubt that you can do that. So here are 2 techniques, right, that we're going to help you get there, to help you kick that self-doubt. If you're not there yet, if you are still stuck in the self-doubt mode, it is okay. Like I said, it's totally normal. You're not the only one who struggles with this. We all experience these at one time or another. They'll pop up for us, and they're all at different places in the road because we all have different past experiences and challenges that we're dealing with. And those trail blockers, here's the great news. They're fixable. They're bustable. That is the powerful news I want you to get right now. It doesn't matter if you're really struggling with this. Maybe this is something you've been experiencing for years, or maybe this is something that's just popped up for you and is kind of new. You're like, wow, I never really thought about this, but why am I thinking these kinds of thoughts now? No matter where you're at, they can be fixed. This is a fixable thing. So what we want to focus on is the fact that those things that are popping up for you are really deep-seated paradigms. They're patterns. They're a triangle. They're a pattern of behavior that's been ingrained over time called a paradigm. And it's that combination of our thoughts and beliefs that change our actions. That is what that ultimately determines what result we get on the outside is determined by all those thoughts and beliefs we have, because that's going to impact how we show up, how we act outward. And mindset is the difference between a mega selling artist and just a so-so selling artist. I don't know about you, but I want to be the mega selling artist. Me. I'm seeing the me's. Yes. Yes. So what you carry in your backpack is your mindset, right? That's one of those tools I talk about when, if you haven't been with me for a long time, I talk about how we are hikers on a mountain and what we carry in our backpacks to get up to that summit. It's a long trip, matters. Our mindset is one of the most important things. We cannot let self-doubt get in our way and block us anymore. It's going to get us stuck. It's going to be the reason why we fail. Not because we don't have the perfect website. It's because the inner business game isn't lined up. So let's get that right. All right. So how is self-doubt a major trail blocker? Well, first of all, it keeps you focused on what you don't want. If you're focused on all those negative things and all those negative thoughts, you're not taking the time. None of that energy and time is being devoted to the right actions that are going to actually get you the results you want in your business. And when we're focused on all those things, we just attract more of that, because the universal law of vibration and attraction, we match up with what's out there. What's out there, what's vibrating out there will match up to what we're putting out. If we're thinking about negative stuff, we're going to get more negative stuff. It's a really interesting thing to think about, but I want you to think about how that, if you're worrying and you're going through all the worst case scenarios, the what ifs, it keeps us living small. We're not going to take risks. We're not going to step out. We're not going to get outside the box to figure out what the real problem is, because you don't believe in yourself. And then our mind is set up to really find things to verify those negative thoughts. That's the way our brains work. Our brains have a thought, it's constantly seeking out ways to validate that. So think about what those thoughts are. Super powerful, and what really turns up in your business. And they all come from different places, right? Whether it's our past childhood experiences, our upbringing, maybe you were always compared to someone else in your childhood. Really, how they were wired into us and built into us can be very deep-seated, but that's not what we're focusing on. We're focusing on the fact that we have the power through neuroplasticity to reprogram our minds and conquer self-doubt. And I'm going to give you 2 tools to help you do that. So the first one is called the catch and release. This is a technique called the catch and release. It's very simple, but it does take some practice. A lot of practice, I'll be honest. Simple does not mean easy. Simple does not mean easy, but you can do it if you focus on it and practice. So the idea is you catch the negative thought. You catch the self-doubt thought, whatever that may be. Whether maybe my prices are too high. When you start questioning that, you catch that thought. And then I want you to ask these questions. When you catch it, ask these questions. What is this really about? Where is this coming from? Right? Is it actually true? Do I have proof that that is true? Most of the time we don't. Maybe we'll say, yes, we do, but we also have proof on the other side that it's not true. And is this thought helping me get to the summit, the goal that I want, the dream that I want to live? When I think this thought, is it really helping me get there? If not, I want you to release it. Release it. Set it free. You are setting that thought free. You no longer need to have that thought. Give yourself permission. That was what we talked about last week. Give yourself permission to release whatever self-doubt trail block you have. If this belief no longer serves me, if this thought is no longer serving me, I let it go. I'm not that person anymore. You can say things to yourself, literally out loud. You don't have to just, I'm not that person anymore. I'm aligning myself with who I truly am by making it to the summit, setting myself up to make it to the summit. I let go. All right. Number 2, before and after sentence add-ons. Kind of a mouthful. But here's what I want you to do. This is a phrase that it's a combination of phrase that you add to the beginning and to the end of any negative thought you have. Is that making sense? Hopefully that's making sense. Before and after sentence add-ons. The before is I don't care. I don't care. The after is I'm not going to let it stop me. And there are lots of versions of this. This is just one I chose. You can come up with your own version, but this will give you the idea. So I don't care that I don't know who my avatar is yet. I don't know who my avatar is yet. I don't care. I don't care if I don't know who my avatar is yet. I'm not going to let it stop me. Here's the I've never ever met my sales goal ever yet. I don't care that I haven't ever met my sales goal yet. I'm not going to let it stop me. You're getting the hang of it, right? Or trolls. There are so many trolls. I hate being out there exposing myself to trolls and what they think and what they say to me. Well, I don't care what the trolls out there think and say to me. I'm not going to let it stop me. Those, what if the trolls are right? What if all those negative people are right? I don't care how many times I fail or screw up. I'm not going to let it stop me. Am I really a failure? Am I really going to be able to accomplish this? Well, I don't really care how many times I fail. I'm not going to let it stop me. If it takes longer than everyone else to reach my summit, boy, this was a big one, right? When you're watching other artists get where they want to go and you're like, what's my problem? Why it's taking me so long? I don't care if I am slower than every other artist out there to reach my goal. I'm not going to let it stop me. I don't care if I'm slower than anyone else. I don't care if I can't see how I'm going to accomplish my goal. I'm not going to let it stop me. I don't care that I am terrified to take this risk, AKA invest in a new training program or something that's going to help you move your business forward. It always feels risky, feels really risky. I don't care if I don't know if that is going to work for me. I'm going to try it. I'm not going to let it stop me. I don't care if I think that I'm not good enough or my art's not good enough. I'm not going to let it stop me. I'm going to figure it out. Isn't that one of the best tools? Catch and release and the before and after sentence add-ons. Woohoo! Okay, I have an action task for you today. This is for my action takers. These are the people who listen to what I'm saying. You hear what I'm saying and you're like, okay, I want to use this. I want to use this tool that Shauna gave me. I want you to watch for an action taker post after the live because you're going to be able to share one of your own before and after sentence add-ons. So you're going to be able to practice it and to start applying and making those changes. You're going to start seeing results. When you actually engage and do this, you're going to start seeing the results. So here's an example. I'll give you a couple examples. I don't think you'll see how they're, so from people aren't going to buy from me because I'm not a professionally trained artist. That's one of my old ones. To I don't care that I think that no one's going to buy from me because I'm not a professionally trained artist. I'm not going to let it stop me. Those are what I want to see. I want to see the action takers in here. You are the people that make this thing go. So I want to say before we wrap up, because we've got a few more things here, but having these tools is really going to help you have a better sales season because you're not going to be getting stuck or distracted or off the trail or, off task by letting these kinds of thoughts distract you and consume you. I'm here for you every week. Every week, I'm here for you every week, absolutely free of charge. I expect nothing in return other than to see you succeed. I want to help you succeed no matter what. And I want to be the one who makes sure that I can help you do that I can give you training that moves the needle in your business, that provides you with the tools and skills you need to really get where you want to go. So in case you're wondering, you're probably like, well, if Shauna's free stuff is this good and powerful, I wonder what her paid programs must be amazing. Yes, yes, they are. If you are wondering and you want to know more about the paid programs that I have that can help you completely transform your business and get to where you want to go using neuromarketing and sales psychology, please say me, and I will send you more information on how you can learn about that. I would love to help you do that and get you where you want to go. It's what I was born for. You know how when you finally find your thing and you're like, "Oh my gosh," it just lights you up. This is me. This is what I love to do. So reach out. I would love to help you. I would love nothing more. Just say me. There's no obligation to purchase anything. Just like this free training that I give every week, there's no obligation to purchase anything. But if I think that we are a good fit and I can help you, of course, I want to make that available to you. I don't want you to miss that opportunity. And if I could do it all for free, I absolutely would. I absolutely would do this all for free. Unfortunately, like all of us, we need to have funding and finances to support ourselves. So I can't offer it for free. But as we wrap it up, I want you to think about how you can use the catch and release and the before and after sentence add-ons. And I want you to watch for that action taker post so that you can engage and start your self-doubt block busting journey right here with us inside Mega Selling Artists, because that's what this community is for. We are supporting one another. And one more thing, tomorrow, I believe we are having another brain break trivia, where you can win some Mega Selling Artist flair. So watch for that. I'd love to have everyone. It doesn't matter. It's everyone who answers. It's not just who answers first. You don't even have to have the right answer. It's just if you come in and you take a moment to engage with the group, your name gets entered to win some Mega Selling Artist flair. Susan Holt won the last time we had that. Susan, your flair is on the way to in the mail to you. I was out of town, so it did not get out in the mail, but is on its way. So I want you to do that, and I will see you next week. Thanks, everyone. Take care.